It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers at Quicken Loans Arena. Checking out Cleveland. Their fans couldn't be happier with the way they've played here in the early part of the season. They've hit all the right notes with any of the tinkering they did prior to the start of the regular season. The challenge now becomes keeping it going, not taking their foot off the gas pedal. In a league of giants, the NBA community loves to cheer for the little guy. One of the best ever players under 6 feet tall got to be Isaiah Thomas. Guys, just how is he able to dominate when he's listed at, what, 5'9"?
Yeah, I mean, his domination comes from his speed and quickness. And actually, it's an advantage. He uses his lack of size as an advantage because he sees avenues and lanes that typically taller players can't see. Great outside shot, what makes you cover him. This guy has the total package.
A short guy sees lanes that taller players can't see.
No question.
Anyway, plays with zero fear in this game. Reminds me of a little bit of Allen Iverson.
So Isaiah Thomas, 5'9". Shaq, when he was born, you don't realize this, was 5'10".
Wow.
Yeah.
5'10".
Here's
You're
Kevin
5'10".
Harlan.
5'10".
Wow.
Cavaliers have an Eastern Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend their home court here at the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland. With Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will join us from the sidelines. The Hawks here looking to pick up one on the road before returning to Atlanta. This indeed is a tough time for them right now, trying to figure out how to win games. Only one win in their first 9 starts.
And it's in your DNA. You come up against a natural rival, you're going to be a little bit salty.
And that's what makes it fun. You love seeing these two teams go head-to-head. They're going all out.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. And a couple of big-time pivots going head-to-head tonight. Doris, looking at the NBA right now, how has that center position evolved on both ends of the floor?
Well, it seems to me that increasingly, unless you're a shot maker from the perimeter, you can't find time on an NBA floor. So certainly they've become more perimeter-oriented. The ability to at least make a mid-range jump shot helps the spacing on the floor. And then obviously on the defensive end, Kevin, the more valuable you are is based on can you switch transition pick-and-roll situations, guard a variety of positions, say 3, 4, 5, and if necessary, in an absolute pickle, can you stay with a guard if you've got to switch a pick-and-roll between a big and a small.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Filling out the wings, it's Bazemore and Prince. Dwayne Dedmon is out there with Ilyasova, and it's Schroeder in at the point. They get it back. Thomas, that's good.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Tyronn Lue.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, it's no secret that speed is this team's strong suit, and their coach thinks that they're going to play to that strength. He said there's no reason to hold back. We want to push the action as much as possible, dictate pace, and play the game on our terms. We'll see if they can pull that off tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Atlanta with the ball. The Cavaliers making the shot. Here's Schroeder. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Boy, that's a quality shot. You're in the painted area. Don't get much more of a better look than that.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Thomas kicks to LeBron. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
One shot.
Free throw good, James. And Doris, one thing we've seen with LeBron, he's not shy putting pressure on the franchise when it comes to personnel decisions.
Right, Kev, this guy is very serious about winning championships. LeBron James expects support from ownership in terms of acquiring the right pieces, and he keeps his contract short with a purpose. That exerts leverage to be in position to win.
Here's Thomas after the basket by Atlanta. Ron right side over Prince, and it's James missing.
Well, he gets the separation he needs. You can't say the same for his aim, though.
In the corner, Bazemore with it. The three. That shot, no good. Cavaliers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. In the corner, it's James. They get it back. Nice shot by Thompson.
Well, that's a prime example of why Tristan Thompson is considered one of the best offensive rebounders in the game right now.
Bazemore with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against Houston. Here's Schroeder. And it's LeBron James with the rebound.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Count that one.
Well, guys, that mid-range is like a layup for Kevin Love, right? This is his comfort zone.
And so it's Atlanta with it. They trail by 9 points. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Yeah, we saw no matter what they tried offensively, the opponent just had the answer.
Well, that was an absolute beatdown, and you hope that they learn and move on from it.
And so here's Cleveland after the basket by Atlanta. Thompson, a screen on Schroeder. Love outside. Shot clock at 6. It's tipped. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Ilyasova sets a screen for Schroeder. Pops loose off the pick and hammers it home.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
Here's Thomas following the bucket by the Hawks. Puts it up from 12, and the Cavaliers get another bucket right there.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Schroeder kicks to Ilyasova. It's Prince on the wing. There's the pass to Dedmon. Back to Prince. To the paint, and stolen by LeBron. And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. That is his first foul of the game. The Cavaliers leading by 7. Thomas dishes to LeBron. Here's Love.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Misses in close. Prince the pass to Bazemore. Yes, that goes in. Cavaliers have gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. Thomas a screen. James kicks to Thomas. Back to James. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got 3 assists now in this one.
Just a high percentage look for LeBron. I mean, he's so good in the post.
Passes to Ilyasova. He feeds it to Dedmon. Schroeder outside. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Maybe too soon to start talking about this, Doris, but we see some young teams getting blown out. Clearly they're in rebuild mode. At what point do you start to focus on player development versus winning games?
You know, this is such a tough organizational issue because you have to balance the priority of giving your young talents an opportunity to get the repetition necessary in a playing environment in a competitive situation versus we owe a commitment to our fans to win and win at a high level because they're paying the ticket prices and ultimately, you know, playing a part in our success. So I think some of this has to be, where are we at the midway point? Are we legitimately in playoff contention, or is it time to now focus on our player development? This is an organizational decision that has to happen organically over 82 games.
And you know what losing does to a culture? It can disintegrate a culture.
No, it's a great point. You do not want young players to get comfortable with losing. You are so right about that, Kevin.
And I'm just not sure the league has ever seen a more intimidating slasher than LeBron James. A 6'8" bullet train. He's so strong, so quick, and if he gets a shoulder on you, watch out.
Here's Schroeder. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. Now Bazemore. And it's Wade with the rebound.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And LeBron always feels like he can get past his man. It's that next level of the D he focuses on.
And if I'm the help, I play him for the pass. I don't want to be in that poster. Maybe the most devastating finisher in league history.
Well, we the North starting to turn out some players, right? Out of Toronto, Canada, Tristan Thompson. He doesn't have the most expansive offensive skill set, but guys, his motor is as good as it gets.
And the Hawks making a change here. Muscala's checked in.
One shot.
Thompson no good on the free throw. And Thompson, one of the most relentless rebounders in the NBA.
Well, this is the elite skill he brings to the table. His durability and nightly effort on the boards make him a hugely valuable player, worthy of that contract.
Malcolm Delaney, he's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. The Cavaliers leading by 10. Thomas kicks to Love. The screen from Thompson. Now the dish to Thomas. Back to Thompson. And stolen by Bazemore. Delaney kicks it to Bazemore. And the slam dunk by Bazemore.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now here's Thomas. 6 points for him. Shoots from the baseline. And the shot falls short this time. The Hawks trail by 8. Delaney, the pass to Muscala. Prince dishes to Ilyasova. And the rejection by Love.
Wow, terrific timing from Kevin Love to get the block, something he's worked hard to improve on.
Here's James. A 24-point outing in their last game against the Wizards in Washington, and that one drops for him.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game. This game against Cleveland is the first time they've met this season.
And they really took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. Then for the Hawks, Collins checked in for Ilyasova. Luke Babbitt comes in for Taurean Prince. And it's Bellinelli in for Kent Bazemore. Here's Bellinelli. They set the pick. Now here is Muscala. Back to Delaney. Shot clock at 6. Muscala misses.
I don't think the defense is much of a factor there. He just botches the finish.
And the wide open shot from Crowder, and a miss there on the triple. The Hawks trail by 10. And Bellinelli kicks to Collins. Pass to Babbitt. Muscala with the ball. Working on Fry. Muscala gets the bucket. Muscala's got his first 2 points. Cleveland leading by 8. Rose kicks to Fry. There's the pick. Outside Crowder. On the wing, Shumpert. Off the screen. The shot off that time. So the Hawks will take it the other way. Bellinelli passes it to Muscala. Delaney kicks to Collins. Over Fry. Shot by Collins, no good.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way. And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how they've built this lead. They played as one, shared the basketball, running their offense to perfection.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
And so it's Cleveland with it. 10-point lead. Here's the screen. Back to Rose. Clock at 6. From 12 feet out. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And with D. Rose going through the free agent process this past summer.
Guy Shumpert, but he can rise up and put on a show as well as anyone else in this league.
And Iman Shumpert, the 17th overall pick by the New York Knicks back in 2011.
Well, Kev, this guy has played steady minutes throughout his career because he's an athletic, aggressive defender. He's a guy who's had some tough luck with injuries, but he can help you in that wing rotation.
Free throw, no good from Shumpert.
You'd like a guy like Shumpert to be just a little more efficient at the line, but he gets it done more often than not.
2 shots, gentlemen.
Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for Cleveland.
And they really based almost their entire offense around the three-point shot. Spread the floor, space the defense, and if the deep shots aren't falling, at least it should open things up inside.
And he knocks down the first one.
When you look at the Cavs bench, you certainly see a lot of veterans over there. LeBron wants teammates he can trust in the heat of the playoffs.
And so he makes both from the line. And LeBron trying to make the most of his championship window, Doris. But does the age of the Cavalier role players shorten that window, do you think?
Well, I think it's a great question. And you could look at a team like the San Antonio Spurs, and they put among their reserves young developing players, and that helps to extend their run. With the Cavs, it seems to be more of a now or never approach.
Here's Delaney. It's hauled in by Fry.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
Well, you know, that's okay, I think. Even though they missed, they still have to be happy with the shot selection.
Delaney, the pass to Collins. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Oh, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. The Cavaliers leading by 12. To the inside, Smith. Babbitt grabs the board. Atlanta shooting 47% here so far. And Bellinelli kicks to Collins. In the corner, it's Delaney. Gets an open look and hits.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
Pass to Fry. Dishes to Rose. There's 48 seconds left to play in the first quarter. No good from Fry.
And a surprise he doesn't knock that down. Defense a little too lax that time.
Delaney, the pass to Collins. Back to Delaney. Over Rose. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Not going to go that time. The Hawks trail by 10. Babbitt kicks to Collins. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
Boy, nice feed. Leading him into some space. A nice catch on the run, too. Wow.
The Hawks have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. And here is Shumpert. 6 points for him. And there's the feed to Rose. Shoots from the block. Can't hit that one. And so the first quarter is in the books. Cavaliers lead by 7. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And of course, as we've always seen with LeBron James, it's not just about the numbers, but his tremendous, tremendous leadership.
I put all the pressure on me to be better and come through for my teammates. This is the position I put myself in. It's the position I put our team in. And as the leader and the guy that goes out there and make things happen, that's the way it's going to be.
Well, that there is straight talk from a man who does not pretend. LeBron James with a textbook example of how to take responsibility and lead.
And Kevin, that's why he is the king. He doesn't say, hey, I'm just one of the 5 guys. No, he knows who he is and what he has to do. Bottom line, he's the man. Climb on my shoulders, and I'm going to take you to the promised land.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Well, you love the determination. It seems like every rebound is theirs for the taking. They are overwhelming the opposition.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And so in the game for the Hawks, they've got Collins. He's out there with Mike Muscala. Luke Babbitt is out there with Bellinelli. And it's Delaney in at the point guard position. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Guys, Tristan Thompson has one of the longest consecutive games played streaks in NBA history. He said, the mind's a powerful thing. And if you tell your brain everything is all right, you'd be surprised on the stuff you can achieve. We have the mental toughness to push through our limits. That's how you become great and test yourself as a player. Kevin?
Well, David, Thompson's certainly a mentally strong player. Always nice to have someone you can rely on night in and night out.
2.
Doors have talked about the evolution of the specialist, the pure 3-and-D guy, for example, who in that category are some of the best in your opinion?
Well, I'm so happy that Klay Thompson has evolved from a guy who believed coming into the NBA that he would strictly be a 3-and-D guy to a much more versatile scorer. But in today's iteration, I would have to say Danny Green won a championship for the San Antonio Spurs, doing nothing but absorbing the biggest threat on the offensive end for the opponent and then being able to make huge threes at timely opportunities. Patrick Beverley, another guy grinding it out, increasingly making shots, and of course tenacious on-ball defender.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for the Hawks. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Marco Bellinelli. So he gets them both. Here's Rose. He had 16 points in the win against Washington.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
Rebound Atlanta.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
To the inside, here's Collins. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
To the paint. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it. Shumpert dishes to Fry. It's Crowder on the wing. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Here's Collins. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for two. Collins has got it back down to within single digits for Atlanta. Cavaliers have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Crowder, a screen on Schroeder. Rose attacking, but he stays with it. For 3, Fry, yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 3 assists in the game. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
And it's really all about the evolution of Derrick Rose, finding out how to be more effective at this stage of his career. And, you know, I think he's done a good job of not relying on his outside shot as much. Still can attack and get to the rim, and it's starting to lead to better results.
Several teams changing it up here.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Schroeder. A very nice season for him last year. Averaged 18 points per, 6 assists and 3 rebounds. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Well, and this is exactly who he is, a flat-out scoring machine. You plug him in and let him go to work.
Bazemore passes to Ilyasova. Great D that time from Love. For Rose, the outside shot was something that never really recovered after his injuries, Greg, but he is still a dangerous scorer without that tool.
One of the better finishers still at the rim in the league in terms of guards. His decision to go inside more helped bump that field goal percentage up last season. Not everyone can adjust their game, but Rose managed to do it seamlessly.
Well, that's the shot they want. He always has the green light when he's that open. Boy, one miss isn't going to change that.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Wade kicks to Thomas. Love with a wide open look. Off target from outside.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Bazemore gets the bucket.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Schroeder against Thomas. Love with the screen for Thomas. He kicks to Love. Just 5 on the clock. From 15 feet away, James with another miss.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Prince outside. Kicks it to Ilyasova. Schroeder outside. Back to Ilyasova. over Love. And with that shot, the Cleveland lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Ilyasova.
Yeah, it seemed to me they were shying away from a foul there. The D still has to be a little bit more physical than that. He's got to feel you.
The screen from Thompson. Love dishes to James. And it's good for 2. James has got 7.
Yeah, simply doesn't seem to matter how many players LeBron has around him on the inside. He finds a way.
They set the pick. And Bazemore kicks to Prince, trying to find Ilyasova and gets it to him. Bazemore for 3. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
Thomas with the ball, guarded now by Prince. And Thomas, here we go. He can't hit that time. Prince with the defensive effort. Here's Schroeder, and again it's Atlanta.
Well, this here is a game. Good run to close the gap.
Yeah, they ramped up their intensity, forced good things to happen, and now they're right back in it.
Thomas passes to Love. Off target from 3-point range. The Hawks trail by 5. Schroeder with the ball. He's got 7. Bazemore for 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And James with the basket on the assist by Thompson. And it's 9 points for LeBron.
LeBron has become such an accomplished mid-range shooter. You've got to crowd him or he's going to drop that one in every time.
Dedmon dishes to Schroeder. Back to Dedmon. And Thompson sends it back. Wade outside. Love with the screen for Wade. And Thomas, here we go. It's good. And now it's a 9-point Cavalier lead.
Well, he's kept them in balance tonight. This guy's shooting has put them in front.
And the Hawks known for their equal opportunity drive and kick offensive style. But Greg, their 3-point shooting percentage has cratered the last few seasons.
Yeah, and the way the league is going, that's something they'll have to fix. The free throw line, also an issue for this group. It's clear they're in search of more shooting.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. Love's got 6.
Kevin Love specializes in finding the open space on the floor, pays off with a nice catch and shoot.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
Well, Greg, I think I love the timeout call. At least it gives you a shift in momentum. It's a smart move.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Kevin Love. Coming off a terrific season, 8th in rebounding, and he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
He was a top 10 rebounder last season for good reason. He's an incredibly intense guy to compete with. And for a full game, too. I mean, just nonstop. Dedmon kicks to Prince. The kick out to Ilyasova. Feeds it to Bazemore. And the slam dunk by Bazemore.
Oh, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. Outside Thomas. He dishes it to James. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Doris, we're always talking about players developing their skill sets. What do you think is the hardest skill to develop as a broadcaster?
I think for me the hardest skill to learn was to learn how to relax, to have fun, to not be anything but your most authentic self, because I think the viewer picks up on it. If you're forcing things, if you're trying to be another broadcaster that perhaps you like to emulate. So I'd say that was the hardest thing.
I always say broadcasting a basketball game is like a running conversation between 2 people, because there's so much scoring, and the rhythm and the flow of the game just lend itself to that.
At its best, you're 100% correct.
Free throw good, LeBron.
And the Hawks in the last couple seasons with some roster turnover, established veterans departing, and now with Millsap leaving, they have embraced a complete rebuild.
Muscala, he's checked in for Atlanta. Bellinelli comes in for Kent Bazemore. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. And the Hawks traded Howard and lost Paul Millsap in short time. So the rebuild, it would appear, is on for Atlanta.
Yeah, and it seems like they feel good with how they've approached it. You know, you got to commit to turning things over and starting anew. And the Hawks have taken the first steps to building towards the future.
Here's Love. Here's Thompson. Got a piece of it. Thomas against Schroeder. The pass to Bellinelli. He feeds it to Muscala. Over Thompson. Good D by Thompson.
Now that's where they want to go with the ball. They can tolerate a few misses as long as he gets his touches inside.
Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. And it's 6 points for Tristan Thompson.
And Thompson becoming so good at getting a shot up at the right angle so it can't be blocked.
Schroeder passes to Muscala. Schroeder outside. Prince dishes to Ilyasova. Schroeder kicks to Bellinelli. Over Wade. The shot by Bellinelli. No good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Well, you can see he's feeling it right now. Shots dropping from all over the place this quarter.
Stolen by Thompson. Here's Wade. Rebound by the Hawks. Muscala's got his 5th rebound in this one. Knocked loose and stolen by Thomas. And here we go. Fast break. LeBron's got it. Got a hand on it. And they'll keep possession. The shot by Wade, no good.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
Thomas against Schroeder. Thomas, good. Thomas got the lead up to 14 now for the Cavs.
Wow, great concentration inside. Isaiah Thomas has got to time that shot perfectly, and his confidence is unshakable.
There's the screen. Here's Prince. 6 on the shot clock. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
I think, Greg, everyone played their role so well, and I loved how aggressive the guys off the bench were in that one.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. Then for the Hawks, Collins checked in for Ilyasova. Luke Babbitt comes in for Taurean Prince. And it's Malcolm Delaney in for Dennis Schroeder. Fry passes to Rose. Not really his range, and it's off target. The Hawks trail by 12. And Muscala kicks to Delaney. Inside, Collins. Good work defensively by Crowder. Cleveland's gone for the three-pointer 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times.
Boy, if Shumpert gets you to hesitate just a second as a defender, that's all he needs to get to the rack.
Delaney, the pass to Collins. Back to Delaney. Rose with the block. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. Crowder with the ball. Outside Rose. Crowder against Collins. And Shumpert kicks to Rose. Looking to get it going. Rebound by Muscala. Muscala's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose. Here's Babbitt with the 3. And so it's Cleveland with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks, we're overshifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Boy, what a crowd joining us here for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. It was Isaiah Thomas who got hot in the first. He had 12 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
They've done a lot of things well, but the way they've taken care of the basketball, valuing each possession, so critical to the tempo, so crucial to the offensive flow. They've got a great rhythm, as smart and as safe as they're playing. They made it clear they're not going to beat themselves today.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Hawks?
Sloppy ball, way too many wasted possessions, chucking up threes, missing them. I could hit more threes than that, Ernie. I hope they're talking right now about getting the ball inside, because that's what it's going to take. If they were hitting more threes, that'd be a different story. But if was a fifth, Ernie, you know the rest.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. We're seeing a tremendous game from Isaiah Thomas.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
I think you can look to specifically the patience and the shot creation. Really solid effort.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Inside, we got the tenacious Love and Thompson. Thomas is out there with Dwayne Wade. And it's LeBron in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
If they think they can give him that shot and get away with it, think again, gentlemen.
Love outside. Back to LeBron. Over Prince. LeBron, no good. The Hawks trail by 11. Schroeder outside. Pass to Dedmon. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. LeBron kicks to Thomas. Back to LeBron. Out of bounds. Atlanta will take possession.
A brief check now of the stats for Isaiah Thomas. Great showing for him last season. Averaged about 29 points a game last season. 6 assists and 2 rebounds. And when he takes over at the point, he really keeps the offense flowing.
Well, this is a guy who brings a solid skill set. Excellent ball handler, high level of playmaking, the perfect backup point.
Here's Prince. Over LeBron. Here's Dedmon. And he banks in the layup. Dedmon's got 6. The Cavaliers leading by 9. The screen from Thompson. Now Thomas. He's got 12. And Thompson throws it down.
That guy's not sure how many big men could have found that open man that quick. Great play from Kevin Love there.
And Doris, coming into the NBA, Love's game was centered around the basket, a double-double machine.
Well, think about this, Kev. One of 5 players in the last 3 decades to average over 15 rebounds for an entire season. He did that in 2011. And he still remains a factor on the boards because he's got terrific understanding of positioning and great lower body strength.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Schroeder kicks to Dedmon. Ilyasova a screen. Dedmon's shot is off, and there's the foul. It's on Dwayne Dedmon. That's foul number 2 for him. The Cavaliers leading by 13. Wade dishes to Thompson. Thomas kicks to Thompson. Cleveland moving the ball around. Wade can't hit.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
I'm not sure why he doesn't continue to move the basketball. Would have served that team much better.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Cavaliers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. It's a pick by Love. Thomas kicks to Love. Down low. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Doris, with defensive rules now allowing teams to play a sort of soft zone, does that make it easier to hide bad defensive players on your team?
Well, it certainly gives you one avenue. I don't think you can play zone in the NBA for any extended periods because the coaching is too good and the skill level of the players would destroy a zone if you gave a steady diet of it. I do believe, however, that hiding a defensive weakness comes down to personnel. How many can you hide on one particular floor? Somebody's going to get exposed somewhere if there's too many.
No doubt. And the shot goes down.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
The Hawks trail by 15. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And Ilyasova kicks it to Bazemore. The dish now to Schroeder. Pass to Ilyasova. Lets the 3 fly. The rebound by Kevin Love. Cavaliers have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Here's James. 14 points for him. Love with the screen on Prince. James, terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. James has got 16 points.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Schroeder passes to Dedmon. Back to Schroeder. Unloads from 9 and stolen by Love. Thomas dishes to Thompson. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Tristan Thompson in the middle, a player, Greg, who understands his role.
He just plays hard and does the little things. Defense, rebounding, energy. When he's blocking shots and protecting the rim, he is one of the best bigs in our league.
You know, it's interesting. Kevin Love, almost 2 different players, right, guys? I mean, a bruising offensive rebounder who can battle inside, but also a skilled perimeter shooter. That's a rare combination.
And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line. So we'll see Ilyasova go to the free throw line. That one on Love. And the three-point shot is a growing part of Kevin Love's game.
Well, I think it's certainly something he's added since coming to the NBA. From barely shooting any early on in his career where he was a flat back-to-the-basket scorer, now three-pointers account for almost half of his field goal attempts.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good.
You know, without a lot of shot blocking on the interior, the Cavs play a very conservative defensive style. A low rate of steals. They want to stay in front and prevent penetration.
Schroeder kicks to Ilyasova. Back to Schroeder. Pass to Dedmon. In the corner, Bazemore with it. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And for the Cavs, some defensive regression from a top 10 defense in 2016 doors to a bottom 10 last year.
Yeah, it's hard to dispute the notion that their offense carried them. Now, some would attribute that to coasting in the regular season, but still, their aim was to win it all, and tough to do that if you don't defend at a high level.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And here are the Cavaliers. They're on a 15-6 run. Love outside. From outside, off the mark. The Hawks trail by 18. And Bazemore kicks to Prince. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Boy, the assist just put on time and on target. Easy shot opportunity.
For Cleveland, they've gone 7 of 10 on their field goal attempts here in the third. LeBron against Prince. Right side, Thomas. Shoots over Schroeder. Thomas, no luck. The Hawks have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. They set the pick. Schroeder passes to Dedmon. In the corner, Bazemore with it. No good on the triple. The Cavaliers leading by 16. Thomas kicks to Wade. A second chance effort. And it's Love missing. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Schroeder against Thomas. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And if there's one thing the Hawks have hung their hats on, it's been their defense.
Very disciplined across the board. They take charges, they protect the paint, they do a great job with their communication. And even though they get their share of blocks and steals, I think they do a great job of avoiding those cheap fouls.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Schroeder.
And Cavaliers fans have to be pleased with what the team got in exchange for Kyrie Irving. An all-star in Isaiah Thomas, a two-way starter in Crowder, and some talent for the future. I think they did well.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Mike Muscala is checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Collins comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Luke Babbitt in for Taurean Prince.
And the Cavs stuck to their guns in the trade negotiation. They wanted that 2018 draft pick, which is coming from the Nets. You never know what happens with LeBron this upcoming offseason. They got talent and depth to win now, but also a plan B if they need to rebuild.
Schroeder dishes to Muscala. It's Schroeder with the drive. And Bazemore kicks to Babbitt. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And now a chance to take a look at the shot chart for Atlanta.
And it's really been a tremendous night. He's been efficient. He's been a major driving force in this offense. And it's no small task to try to slow him down. Once he gets rolling, like we've seen in this game so far, watch out.
2 shots.
That's good from Babbitt. And the Cavs, once again, looking to will their way, Doris, to a title. Every year, the competition seems to grow fiercer.
Yes, but they seem to be a team that thrives on adversity. Think back to 2016 when they overcome that 3-1 deficit. Last season, it was the largest second-half comeback in playoff history. There's no quit in these Cavaliers.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Cleveland shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
Boy, what a roller coaster career it has been for Derrick Rose. One-time league MVP, now just trying to fit in with the rest of his guys. This is not an easy transition.
Dishes it to Collins. Here's Delaney. He's covered by Rose.
And being over the limit this early really can affect your aggressiveness defensively. They have got to play under control.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. He hits both from the stripe. Hey, Doris, on the subject of league expansion, Commissioner Silver has said that 30 teams feels about right at this point. How long do you think it's going to be before we add another franchise or two to the NBA?
All right, let me just say that I completely concur with Commissioner Silver. The last thing we want to see when the NBA is at its peak in popularity is expansion that might dilute some of the competitiveness that we want to see happen. The bigger question right now is these super team issues. Are we at a point where there is such disparity between the best teams in the league and the worst? Let's address that first, and then we can look at expansion down the road.
So you do not like the super team aspect that we're beginning to see formulate it from time to time?
I don't necessarily want to say that. I think the jury is still out, Kevin. We have to see how the next 2 or 3 years plays out as it relates to both Cleveland and Golden State. I think there was a period in the 80s where it felt like it was the Lakers and the Celtics every year. Let's not overreact, but certainly let's not add teams before we make sure we are where we need to be from competitiveness standpoint.
And both free throws good from Crowder.
Jay Crowder's such an efficient scorer, right, guys? I mean, this is one of the league's best finishers, especially for a guy 6'6".
They set the screen. Babbitt kicks to Collins. Here's Delaney. It's tipped.
What anticipation by Channing Frye. Measures it up and sends it back.
The Cavaliers leading by 17. And Doris, the three-pointer, a big part of Crowder's offensive game.
Well, no doubt. He's gotten better and better from out there. When you're shooting around 40% from deep range, that's getting it done.
That one good for 2.
Well, that's about effort, carving space for the interior look. And one attribute we'll always talk about with Rose is the heart that he plays with.
No good there. Rose with some nice D.
Boy, he hasn't given them much of anything tonight. He's got to look for his own shot a little less and keep the ball moving.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out, the other, the lights are just out.
Yeah, that's right. You said it. They don't find a way to switch it back on. They're in trouble.
Here's Bellinelli. It's hauled in by Frye. Frye's got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside Rose. Here's Crowder. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And when you look at Jay Crowder, he kind of bridges that gap between role player / star player. The numbers might not wow you, but his tough play at both ends of the court is extremely valuable.
And the first one at the line is good. And Greg, wouldn't you agree, Crowder clearly one of the best in the NBA in defending?
Without question. I mean, this guy guards 3 positions every night. And the combination of strength, quick feet, and then the quick hands make him a problem.
And both free throws good from Crowder.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Delaney kicks to Muscala. Back to Delaney. Poked loose. Powered down with both hands.
Ooh, and I hope he didn't hurt his neck because that was one nasty head fake.
Yeah, the defender bought it all the way, didn't he? The Cavaliers leading by 21. And Shumpert kicks to Frye. Outside Rose. With the fadeaway. Rebound by the Hawks. Now Bellinelli looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Delaney. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Now here's Rose. He's got 9. Hits the front of the rim and out. The Hawks trail by 18. Here's Delaney. Rebound by Rose. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Shumpert gets a wide open look. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Delaney kicks to Collins. Right side Shumpert. Baseline J on the way. Another miss by Shumpert. Atlanta's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. There's a minute 34 left here in the third quarter.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Rose kicks to Fry. And here's Crowder. There's the pick. 5 to shoot. Shoots it. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. The feed now to Muscala. Here's Delaney. He's covered by Rose. And Bellinelli kicks to Babbitt. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Yeah, great work on the perimeter. Finding a little bit of space, hitting the 3 ball. That's his game.
Outside Shumpert. Cleveland moving the ball around. Back to Crowder. From 13, Crowder with another miss.
He does everything right except drain the shot.
Here's Bellinelli, guarded by Shumpert. Here's Babbitt. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Fry's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Smith, and that's off the glass and in. Smith's got 5 now.
And that's another fast break bucket. And this is the pace, though, guys, that's been working for him.
You know, I think, Greg, the faster the tempo, the better they are. And I love the pace they're playing with right now.
And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Let's listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team in the huddle.
Be more committed in the paint. Go block a shot. Go get a board. Get more active in the paint. Give us some more.
That's Mike Budenholzer trying to ramp up the aggressiveness in all phases of the game for his team.
Well, I think he senses that his guys are kind of holding back a little, that they aren't really getting everything out of each possession, and they need to start now.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. On the court right now for the Hawks, they've got Bellinelli. Collins is out there with Luke Babbitt. Then it's Mike Muscala, and it's Delaney in at the 1. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Marco Bellinelli. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Thompson, he's checked in for Fry. And it's LeBron in for Iman Shumpert. Atlanta also making some changes here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Mike Muscala. And it's Prince in for Luke Babbitt. But they'll get another chance. Rose with the ball. The screen from Thompson. 3-pointer, Crowder. Rebound, Atlanta. Collins has got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
I'll tell you, with the struggle he has had today, he probably won't be their #1 option as they look to close this game out.
And there's the foul. It's on Dwayne Dedmon. That's his 4th foul of the contest. And the Cavaliers with some changes. Love check in for Jay Crowder. Wade comes in for Smith. And Thomas subbed in for Derrick Rose. And then for Atlanta, Ilyasova, he's checked in for Collins. Ken Bazemore comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Malcolm Delaney. LeBron passes to Love. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. James has got 5 assists in the game.
Well, we know he's one of the best shooting bigs in the league. You have to respect Kevin Love from beyond the arc.
Wade against Schroeder. Here's Bazemore. Here's Dedmon. The Cavaliers pull it in. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead.
I'll tell you, he hasn't been able to find the mark all night. It's a big reason they're staring at this deficit.
Thomas kicks to LeBron. And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. And that'll be his third foul so far.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Here's Wade. Outside Thomas. Clock at 4. It's LeBron with the drive. The shot, no good. And Atlanta will come the other way. Thomas against Schroeder. And stolen by Love. And here comes Thomas leading the fast break.
I tell you have to respect Isaiah Thomas's physicality. He may have a small frame, but a big-time heart and big-time energy.
And anytime he takes the court, you can bet Isaiah Thomas is #1 with a bullet atop the other team's scout report.
And he knows it too, Kev. Facing all of these double teams, this guy's worked so hard to become even more dynamic as a scorer and passer. He can finish with either hand. He can hit threes on the move. This guy is relentless looking to improve.
And he makes the first.
Don't you love how Isaiah Thomas now surveys the floor? This guy has been superb at the point, and he's embraced the challenge of becoming a leader.
And both free throws good for Thomas.
Well, Isaiah Thomas can handle the basketball with great efficiency. He might have the league's best hesitation move, and that allows him to get to the rim at will, guys.
And that one's good. Schroeder. Now Thomas. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Love with the screen for Thomas. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And Doris, when Thomas gets into the lane, he's an amazing finisher for a guy his size.
It really boggles the mind, Kevin, how many tricks are in that bag. This guy can finish with hooks, with floaters, with either hand from different angles, English off the glass. I think his strength is really deceptive. He can take a hit, finish the play. This guy is truly remarkable.
2.
That's good from Thomas. And both free throws good for Thomas. Doris, we know coaches need to win to keep their jobs. However, they need great players to win, which falls on the shoulders of a general manager. So why are more coaches fired for poor team performance than GMs, you think?
You know, I think what's fascinating to me, and this is a supposition I've heard other broadcasters talk about, which I believe should be instituted. Instead of just showing the coach's record on national broadcast, why don't we include the record of the GM? Because the coaches are not ultimately responsible unless they're responsible for both jobs, which we do see on occasion. But to me, the general manager has a significant role to the win-loss record, and both should be included.
And maybe when the owner says, hey, I'll pick the coach, it doesn't affect you. But if you pick the coach, you're tied with that coach. You're joined at the hip.
Great point. Great point.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defender.
The screen from Thompson. Thomas, that's good. Thomas got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, and when Thomas is cooking, boy, look out. A clever player who never met a shot he didn't like.
Thomas against Schroeder. Now here's Bazemore. Defense is right there. And the slam dunk by Bazemore.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Here's James. It's hauled in by Ilyasova. Ilyasova's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Kicks it to Prince. Here's Schroeder. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Clearly a foul.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Both good from the line that time. The Cavaliers leading by 15. Thomas dishes to Thompson. On the wing, James. Guarded by Prince. James, the pass to Love. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Schroeder kicks it to Bazemore. Feeds it to Dedmon. He dishes it to Schroeder. That's in, and he's 7 for 12 now in the game.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of look.
Wade kicks to Thompson. Thompson sets the pick for Wade. It's a pick by Love. Shot off the screen. It's Dedmon with the rebound. The Hawks trail by 15. Bazemore with it. Wade picks him up. Bazemore dishes to Schroeder. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
And guys, at this point, he's probably better served to take a seat anyway. They got no chance in this one.
Muscala, he's checked in for Atlanta. And he makes the first.
LeBron James is consistent enough at the line where he'll make you pay most times if you're going to send him there.
And both free throws good for James. So it's Atlanta now. Schroeder outside. Ilyasova is screen on Love. And stolen by Love. One-on-one here. And finished off by LeBron.
It doesn't come as any surprise so far in this game that LeBron's stamp is all over it. Simply a dominant player.
Schroeder kicks to Muscala. Schroeder outside. Muscala, the pass to Bazemore. Excellent D from Wade. The Cavaliers leading by 19. Thomas, it's a wide open look. The basket good off the assist from Wade. And that's now 21 points for Isaiah Thomas. Schroeder against Thomas. Count it.
I'll tell you, he's doing everything scoring-wise this period to try to keep them in it.
Cleveland's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. He kicks it to LeBron. Count that one.
Yeah, there are several ways that Thompson can be a factor on the offensive end, and he is still adding to that arsenal.
Now here's Schroeder. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Schroeder's got 17 points here in the second half. They set the screen. Thomas a screen. LeBron kicks to Thomas. Floats it up for James. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Amazing. Even a little bit off target, LeBron knows how to finish the alley-oop.
Great way to see the alley-oop. That replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment. Prince kicks to Muscala. It's not going to go for him. Good D by Thompson. The Cavaliers leading by 22. The open shot, Love. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The Hawks have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. Prince kicks it over to Schroeder. Puts up a 3. And James pulls it down. LeBron's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And James throws it down hard.
That is why the ticket price is what it is when LeBron is in town. Amazing dunk to finish the play.
Muscala dishes to Bazemore. Count it. Bazemore's got 4 points this quarter. Here's Thomas. So there's a new procedure for choosing starters in the All-Star game, Doris. Fans account for 50% of the vote, as you know. Players, 25%. Media, 25%. What do you think of that?
I love that the fans have a vote. I would like to see the percentages changed in this way. I would like players, the peers, to have 50% weight. Give the media and fans 25% each. So just swap it so that the peers are dictating the outcome of the All-Star.
Or even if you just had maybe 2 players from each team, guys with some respect and some nice perspective to fill that role you're talking about.
That's a great point. You pick your leaders from your group, and they cast the vote. Perfect.
Here's Prince. Another miss by Prince.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Floats one. Thomas, no good.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
And going into last season, Kent Bazemore commanding a salary in excess of $17 million. Greg, how did an undrafted player coming off his first starting season in the league get that kind of salary?
Timing is everything. Reflection of the market. Well, you remember you had that huge spike in the cap. It's also a bet on his upside and work ethic. And with Bazemore, you see that the dedication to improve is there, and that's what made the Hawks comfortable with the contract.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
Outside Rose. Rebound by the Hawks. Collins has got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Babbitt. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Boy, the assist just put on time and on target. Easy shot opportunity.
Rose passes to Fry. Here's the floater. And he lays it up and in.
The long arms of Fry really uses his length well inside.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're down by 23. 1:56 left in the fourth quarter of this one. A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Tristan Thompson.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
This is as good a game as we've seen him play. And this crowd can't get enough of it. When he explodes like this, it becomes a special atmosphere in here. Atlanta making a switch here. Bellinelli's checked in. Delaney kicks to Babbitt. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And All-Star Week, a fan favorite certainly, Doris. We all love it as broadcasters, as fans. But are there any changes you'd like to make in any event or the weekend overall?
Well, I think one thing that would be fascinating to me is to see the best players, for instance, the Klay Thompsons, the Steph Currys, those people, the best shooters in the league, participate in that particular three-point contest. Think back to Larry Bird when he walked in the locker room and said, who's coming in second tonight? Like, those are great. We can't get enough of our stars. I'd like to see the stars have to participate in at least one event, Kev.
Good thoughts. No good on the free throw. And he sinks the second.
Boy, he'd sure like to have that miss back. Hard to chip away at a lead when you're leaving freebies at the line.
Outside Rose. There's the pick. Offensive rebound. Crowder dishes to Shumpert. From outside, off the mark. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Cavaliers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Tristan Thompson.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds. And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, it really was. They wanted this home win badly, and they went out and took it.
One shot, find the lanes.
Free throw, good from Fry. And you look at last season for Channing Frye, some of the best shooting numbers, Doris, of his career.
I think all the more impressive, Kev, when you consider the personal adversity he weathered with the passing of both his parents. This guy is a true pro, understands the game, one of the best pick-and-pop big men in the league.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
One shot.
They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Bellinelli passes to Babbitt over Smith. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Cleveland with the ball. And here's Rose. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, LeBron, congrats on the win. What do you think made the difference tonight?
Defense. We made our mark defensively. We understand that for the long term, we have to defend at a high level. We've been doing that.
It does start at that end, LeBron. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.